Hello, my darlings! Today, we're going to be checking out a Dead by Daylight concept by Rareth Links for it. That's going to be super exciting! It is so iconic. Alright. If you've been living under a rock, it is a book by Stephen King, the prolific Stephen King, my darlings, the prolific author Stephen King, about a monster living in Derry, Maine's sewers who ends up like killing and abducting all of these poor kids, and then you have like this group of kids called the Losers Club who tries to stop him. But I'm not going to spoil any more than that. If you've never seen like It movies, like the movies about It, go check them out. Or read the book, better yet. It's so good, my darlings. Although there are a few questionable scenes in that book, so make sure that you're of an appropriate age before you read it. Steven, what were you thinking? But I digress though, my darlings. Let's just jump right in, shall we? I heard that.
Welcome to Dead by Daylight.
Yay!
Experience the fear of it once more as a twisted and disturbing bargain has been created, forging a terrifying alliance. Welcome to your newest nightmare.
Look how cool it looks. Yay, Derry sewers!
The dark depths of Derry are littered with the overlooked and forgotten remains of Maine's greatest tragedies. Generations of torment and suffering at the hands of the ancient creature has turned this location.
I wonder how many levels this map would be.
A web constructed by the prey themselves, extending out beneath.
Be careful,
every
Dwight.
Structure in Derry.
You never know when it will sneak up on you.
Leftovers and trinkets from the forgotten children of the town. A twisted display of conquest.
Wow. Oh God.
The new killer.
Oh God, no. Please no.
The Fear Eater.
Ah! Oh God.
A cosmic
that dance though gets me every time. How am I supposed to take that seriously?
This being takes on the form of an insidious clown and the name Pennywise.
Uh-oh,
With a
wow.
surprising charisma,
I take it all
Pennywise
back. He's
struck a deal with the
terrifying.
entity. In trade for the hope of those stuck within the entity's
Poor
clutches,
Jake.
Pennywise has a near infinite source of food.
Dwight, get out there!
Go
Get out of there!
As it pleases.
Ah!
The Fear Eater's power is Deadlight Esca.
Deadlight Esca. What does that do?
Pennywise uses its unsettling features to create an ominous presence around them through unassuming balloons of various colors. By leaving a balloon in the environment, the Fear Eater is able to allow its presence to dominate the surrounding area.
Nice.
Using their unique properties to gain a flexible advantage over even
Is
the
this a
most
terror radius
confident
kind of thing?
survivors. Once a maximum of 5 balloons are placed in the trial, any additional ones after that replace the oldest, causing the Fear Eater to focus on clever positioning while honing its lethality.
That makes sense.
There are 3 color-unique balloons available to Pennywise: red, yellow, and blue,
What?
each of which have wholly
That
unique properties.
That wasn't yellow, that was
Red
green.
balloons cause survivors to hear a faint terror,
Right, my darlings?
regardless of how close they are to the Fear Eater. Yellow balloons disrupt altruistic and repair actions of survivors, granting them a penalty while under their influence.
Oh, I love
Blue
that.
balloons call for support from the entity itself, holding all upright pallets in place while nearby. Balloon effects do not
Super cool.
overlap or increase by placing them close to each other, and they can be discovered by a subtle, non-directional noise they produce. They can be removed by survivors by popping them for a few seconds,
Pop
resulting in a
goes
loud
the
noise
weasel.
notification for the killer when destroyed. The balloons are more than an ominous reminder of Pennywise's influence. They act as a gateway to fear within the mind and body of survivors, preventing them from being too relaxed for too long. By holding the active ability button while looking in the direction of a balloon,
Yeah.
the Fear Eater can activate Manifest.
Ooh,
Activating Manifest
what's Manifest?
causes Pennywise to pop that balloon manually from anywhere in the trial, suddenly taking the place of wherever that balloon was.
teleportation.
With this, it is able to strike quickly and control the map from afar,
Very
while
haggish,
retaining
my
the
darlings.
ability to perform actions such as placing
Jeez.
balloons, damaging generators, and activating Manifest again. During the Manifest duration, activating it once again will
Ow.
reset the duration entirely. but
Run,
does not change
Dwight!
where Pennywise will return
Run!
to once the duration ends, and will always return to its original location eventually.
Oh, jeez!
Don't cry. I'll get help.
I don't
The Fear
want his
Eater
kind of
itself
help, do
has the
you?
opportunity to shapeshift into various beings within the fog, such as the Plague, the Legion, and the Spirit. This ability is
Wow.
exclusive to add-ons and can deceive survivors in their first few moments against Pennywise.
Don't leave now. It's only me.
Don't leave me.
The
What do you
Fear
mean
Eater
only
comes
you?
with 3 new perks. Your victims will feel a sense of uncertainty and their instinct with funhouse trickery.
Ooh,
While
what's
chasing
this
a
one?
survivor, any nearby vault locations will have a copy of your red stain projected onto it, as though you were just around the corner waiting for them. Upon injuring a survivor, this perk is deactivated for a short time. Their
So it
demise
spreads the
grows
terror
ever
radius
closer,
around.
escalating resonance. Whenever a generator is completed, each other unfinished generator in the trial instantly explodes, losing progress and regressing. The loss of progress grows with each fully repaired generator in the trial, pulling survivors back into the dark.
Oh my goodness, that would be
2
so
otherworldly
frustrating, my
beings
darlings. That would be so
collaborate in such a way only
frustrating.
brings out malicious methods such as dark dealings.
Ooh.
Whenever you place a survivor on a sacrificial hook, the entity partakes in the suffering by blocking the hooked survivor from being rescued by any other survivor for a period of time.
I
forcing
love
all
that.
others to watch helplessly for the duration.
That's so unique. No one else has that.
Your fears will stick with you beyond childhood, and even beyond death itself. Attempt to face them or surrender yourself to them with the It chapter concept for Dead by Daylight.
It chapter. Oh, it's so epic. I want it. I want it. I want it. I love this concept for it so much. I love that he actually has something very unique. And a lot of other killers, my darlings, you see a lot of borrowed concepts kind of repeated over and over again. You know, like I mentioned Hag's teleportation. You know, it's a classic. Teleportation and being able to pop up in front of other survivors and scare the bejeebas out of them. It's like a staple of the Dead by Daylight franchise, my darlings. But, I absolutely am in love with the perk Dark Dealings for it. Oh my goodness! Every once in a while, the entity does cooperate with some of the killers, you know, to do some things. But this is the entity literally taking an active interest in what it is doing and getting involved. You know, my darlings, actually just closing their tendrils around the poor newly hooked survivors. I know the tendrils are going to unleash eventually, my darlings, but that doesn't matter. It is the whole, how do you say, scare factor. It's the scare factor behind the fact that you are literally being blocked off from your other survivors. They can't just, you know, like pop out around a rock, you know, because they were hiding this whole time and just daintily pull you off the hook. Pop! And everything is fine. You don't know when those tendrils are going to unleash and how much time is going to be lost. And that person hiding behind the rock, waiting for the killer to leave so that they can just pull you off the hook like nothing was ever wrong and heal you up, can't do that. So that means they're probably going to abandon the hooked survivor in favor of going to and doing other things, my darlings, which is going to create such anxiety in the person who's been hooked. I mean, come on. That's amazing. That'll add so much fear factor back into Dead by Daylight, which has actually been kind of missing lately. I'm just saying, my darlings, this particular perk idea, this concept is so fresh. And the balloon concept, my darlings, is so on brand for him. But also, I absolutely love that it would be able to assume other killers' forms. So they think that they're going to get one thing. The survivors are like, oh, well, it's just plague. You know, I'll just do a something, I'll round about, and they'll never be able to hit me with their vomit projectile. But no, it's not plague. It never was. And don't you feel like a silly fluffernutter when it poofs into its real form and unalives your face. Whew. All right, my darlings, all right. I'm getting just a little bit too excited, a little bit too overstimulated. I can't help it though. I love this. I'm in love with this. I can't think of anything more appropriate than it making its way into the Dead by Daylight universe. But anywho, my darlings, what did you like about this Dead by Daylight concept? Do you think it should be in the Dead by Daylight world? Put it down in the comments below, my darlings. And never forget, I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And if you could like and subscribe, that'd be great, my darlings. Thanks.